Any day now, the Maryland Supreme Court will make a decision on the impacts, the futures of more than 75,000 students in Baltimore City Public Schools.
Wow, I-Team reporter Tali Taylor joins us now live. So Tali, this lawsuit is something that began nearly 3 decades ago, right?
Yeah, and in 2019, the ACLU and NAACP took the State Board of Education back to court, arguing the state funding for city schools was once again falling short. And soon, the Maryland Supreme Court will make a decision with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line.
Help the kids instead of just leaving them with the torn up books that they have, holes in the walls. The water has let it in.
Back in December, a city school student describes what's at stake in a lawsuit that began before she was born. Bradford versus the Maryland State Board of Education was first filed in 1994, and it hinges on how you read Article 8 in the state's constitution. What should a thorough and efficient education for public school students look like? Maryland judges ruled 4 times in the years after that the state was violating the Constitution, chronically underfunding Baltimore City Public Schools.
Based on that, there were, continuing steps to increase the funding.
Assistant Counsel Ariel Humphrey says after those rulings, funding improved for city schools until the Great Recession, when the state stopped adjusting the funding formula for inflation. In 2019, the ACLU and NAACP took the Maryland State Board of Education back to court. And sometime in October, the Maryland Supreme Court is expected to decide whether to review the case, with hundreds of millions of dollars hanging in the balance. Part of the reason they took the State Board of Education back to court?
By 2017, that number was $342 million underfunding for Baltimore.
A state study in 2017 found that the gap between the amount of money actually going to educate city students compared to the amount they needed to succeed was $342 million per year.
It's not a big mystery. It's kind of hiding in plain sight in Baltimore.
Johns Hopkins professor and pediatrician Joshua Sharfstein sent his kids to city schools and began a study in 2014 looking at how the condition of school buildings in the district impacted students.
It turned out over, I think it was about a 5-year period, that there were 1 million hours of missed school, the equivalent of 221,000 missed days of school. And so right there you can see the connection between the conditions of the school and the impact on kids' learning.
Without question, Sharfstein says city schools has the worst infrastructure of any district in the state, with 60 school facilities needing major renovations or replacement. And he says the combination of Blueprint for Maryland's Future funding and state funding for school district buildings is currently not enough to make up the gap for city schools. Sharfstein is an expert witness for the ACLU and NAACP in the lawsuit against the state. What made you want to be an expert witness in this case?
If you really care about the health of kids, as a population, which is a public health question, then you really have to care about education and getting education to work.
Though City Schools is not a plaintiff, when asked how the Maryland Supreme Court's decision would impact the district and what increased funding would do for students, a city school spokesperson sent a statement that reads in part, "This funding would ensure the state finally meets its obligations to provide a constitutionally adequate education to its children, specifically in Baltimore City. Our students would begin to have experiences that more closely align with their peers across Maryland." A spokesperson for the Maryland Attorney General, which represents the state in litigation brought against it, sent a statement that reads in part, "We also acknowledge and applaud the Maryland General Assembly and Governor Moore in their efforts to ensure every student in Maryland receives a valuable education that will help them succeed."
I'm class of 26, so I'm going to be in school for 3 more years, and I need the most out of my school.